So my presentation today is about research that we've done in terms of the future world of work, identifying disruptors to the world of work, as well as the critical skills that leaders will need to have in order to be effective in this new world of work.
My presentation very briefly covered the idea that business schools need to radicalize their curriculum in order to think about green questions, sustainability and so on, to think about social justice and to think about inclusion.
To sum up my presentation today at the conference at the London School of Business and Management, it was titled Empathy, the Educational Space Between Us. So it's looking at the role of empathy in teaching practices and in other disciplines as well, and looking at how it can aid collaboration and co-production of learning and teaching.
Biggest takeaway so far from the conference, thing that resonated mostly for me, has been Anna's talk about empathy and the way in which it can help drive more collaborative solutions, I think, and better education.
What's been most interesting thus far has been the presentation on empathy and what we heard about empathy being critical for both student, learner, educator, and then also Professor Blackman's presentation on the diversity and the importance of diversity as a powerful learning mechanism.
The most interesting thing about the conference for me has been the way in which a wide variety, a very diverse variety of people have been expressing a commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals as the basis of a possible curriculum for the college going forward.
What I've most enjoyed about this conference is the variety of speakers, not just listening to colleagues speak on various topics, but also to have the opportunity to listen to some of our external guests come in and to question some of these ideas around education that always need continual review and input.
What I've enjoyed most is that ordinarily I come in to work with LSBM and I might meet Nick Hillman or a couple of the other members of staff. So this is the first LSBM conference I've been to, and I've come away with a real sense of the community and the fact that there's a big openness to staff within LSBM and a big willingness amongst staff to learn from others, which you don't see everywhere.
What I've enjoyed most about the conference is the style with which it's been delivered. It's conversational, it's fast-paced, different speakers, definitely not boring.
Student success measurement is a particularly thorny issue. It's an area that I've worked quite a lot in, and I understand the complexity of the issue itself. The way that the conference has approached has been really interesting, and it's been much more about diversity and much more about understanding the kind of complexity of measuring student success and outcomes.
Questioning what is success, and I think in today's globally changing and greater diversity that exists all around the world, I think it's really important to look again what is success and what does success really mean to our students, to our staff and our stakeholders.